Welcome to the Forex, and here we're looking at the US dollar. And as we were talking about yesterday, we could see that we had a little five-wave structure through here. So we'd expect another five to be pushing up through here. Now, we don't know if this whole thing here is part of a rally, and because we don't know that, then it makes it difficult for us to call the direction on the euro, and it also come through to other crosses as well. So I think one of the things that we can do is that we can use the levels, and we can also understand too that this is really a bounce off the 80 after a strong move down through here. So we really need to allow it to play out and to see how the if we get lower lower highs coming into play as such once the bounce has moved up through here. Do we get this sort of situation occurring here? Then we know that we'll be coming further down through here, or do we keep getting further new highs? So look, it's just a little bit sort of tricky. Trying to pull it apart and get a good understanding of it. The move up here, it counts quite nicely as a five-wave structure. So we need to look at this. This has come off quite nicely now too. It helps peg that situation there. So we can look at this being an A and a B and a C. This is the 50 and the 61.8 retracement level here. But if this 80-20 here becomes a retested resistance here, then we've got this is a corrective move up through here. So you can see here that it was resistance here and now it's support here. So if that support fails at some time, then you'll know where you are from that point there. So with the other markets, the other things is that while this is doing its little ABC here, then obviously the other markets are going to be doing theirs as well in some on the same and some not. So it just boils back down to we can't really nail the bigger picture until we know what we've got here, but it does appear to be impulsive here. So with looking at the euro here, the count with the euro, don't worry about the count that I've got here. I'm just playing the opposite side of what count we do have on the website. I've sort of pulled this apart many times, but the best I can do it on a positive light here is up for one to this point here, an A and a B and a C coming back here for wave 2, but we'd need to see a push up from this point here, and in that case here, we'd like the US dollars pulling back down. We've obviously seen this push up through here, so we're likely to see, this is one of the things, we're likely to see something like this here. But if it fails to find support on the top of group 1 here, the 30, then you know that you need to short it at that point. Especially when the 137.20 becomes a retested resistance after we've got this move here. If that becomes the resistance at this point here, then you can look to short from there and adding at this point here. But if this becomes the support here, then there's a bias for this to move up here further. So as you can see here, the supply really comes in through here at the midpoint 50. So if support is found on the 50 here, then definitely go long from that point there. This particular pattern I'm looking at through here is from that wave 1 I mentioned, the A wave, the B wave up here, and then the C wave down through here as a bit of an orthodox top. It's possible, and it's the best count that I can come up with. That's the best I can do with it. But just allow it to work itself into a corner now, and allow this 3-wave structure to play out through here. Okay, moving on to the Australian dollar, the sharp move down from the 90 with some poor figures coming out of China. But as you can see, the 90 is a real sort of line in the sand here. The wave count as well, it's a little bit sort of odd as well, and there's one degree of structure that we're not completely sure about of how it's going to play out and fit. But this particular low through here, if this gets taken out here, then you can look to short from that point there. And anyway, and even if it did, if it did take this low out through here, then that would be a failed retest in 3 waves here, an A and a B and a C through here. So if that, well, even this low here, if this low gets taken out, you can short from that point there, because then the retest is failed from that point. But if it moves up through here and finds support here, then this this A wave, B wave here, little A, B, C here for the B wave, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the C wave here would be correct. And as long as that low there stays in place, we've got this 5-wave structure up here, an A and a B and a C, and then it can work higher through here. So yes, finding that support on that level there. 20 and 30 there. And also, the reason I'm putting that forward, this is the top of group 1 here. If support is found on top of group 1 here, then you would add at that point there. So it needs to be a retested support on 90.30 at that point there. Let's just go and have a look at the intraday thing here. It's quite good. It's quite positive actually, because this is a really nice 5-wave structure up through here. The ABC pulling back the 61 odd percent there, 62%, and then we're seeing the impulse wave up through here as well. But it still doesn't get us past the 5, 3, 5 structure, even though it'll move a little bit higher. We need it to move further than that. So at this stage, it can be corrective to here, and in here there'll be 5 little waves in here as such, and that would only give us the three waves here, which would be corrective. Would still need to see 4 and 5 here. Well, there you go. So it's getting there, and it does. This is acting like a 3rd wave through here as well. So that's nice. So allow it to settle up through here and look for support on 90 if that's the case, and then build the trade in through these levels here. But it is the 90.30 at the end of the day that needs to develop support, and that would separate it from the 90 at that stage. It couldn't do it here. It came up here. Had the sort of classic trading levels pattern where it had the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level here, and then technically that's where you take that high out to go that way. It moved up through here, and if you ever go along on a level and it breaks through the level, you have to exit. That's just a simple rule for that point. And then you would bring this level down to this one here, and it still didn't come up through here. You could drop it down again to another high here if you wanted to, and that's the sort of thing that you're looking for up here as a trigger to go to the long side. Okay, the Euro Australian. Now, this alternative count is important here as well, because the bounce off the 90 here can also be an A and a B and a C wave failing here to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. That's not 1 lesser degree, but the structure here could be, this would have to be a green wave 4 here, and it does fit as well. So how I originally had it, but I changed it to this because we had this strong impulse wave here. And it does count 5 waves to this point here. So what I've done is I've just from this point here, I've labelled it wave 1 up here and wave 2 pulling back 50 odd 60%. So let's see how that plays out through here in terms of an A and a B and a C wave onto this trend line down through here. But the 152 as a retested resistance would see this as a more of a bearish picture here. So would have down for wave 1, back for wave 2 here, and then down for wave 3, which would be longer than this one here, and then 4 and then 5. So if you're going to short this, then your stops need to be above this previous high here, and then look to add if the 52 becomes a retested resistance from here as well. Make sure it's retested though. That's a retest here, so a failing retest. The pound yen, in here we've been looking for a correction across the 170, and that's playing out quite nicely. And it's playing out nicely in terms of like a corrective pattern across here. So let's just go in and have a look at that. If that's correct, then we'll see this move up through here, up to the 73 sort of area up here, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So wave 1 and wave 5 will be about the same. So let's look at that here internally. Here, the correction that we're looking at yesterday, we did have this, we're looking for a wave 4 pulling back, and we were talking about this is the A wave, the B wave to here, and the C wave to here as wave 4, but this is played out through here, so we'll need to label this an A and a B and a C wave in 5 down through to here. Now, this move up through here does count reasonably well as wave 1 and wave 2 here, but we would need to see this push up here now, okay? If this market moved below 70 here, then it's at a point of weakness, and especially if it became the retested resistance, then the wave 4, which wave 4s can be complicated, would see further downside from here. So yeah, I guess that on the long side, support on 170.50 to the upside here would be the way to go. And if that doesn't occur, then you'll see it move obviously back down through here, but you wouldn't do anything in here either. Only when the 70 here, the 170 became the retested resistance, would you look for shorts there. The euro yen, okay, pretty much the same as the pound yen as such, and looking for its little on the 5-minute chart here, with just breaking it down a bit, we've got this as wave 1 to here, wave 2, 5 waves for 3, back for 4, and we're looking for wave 5 up through here, and that's moved up since I've been doing this. So this wave 5, we can move this over here. Can just clean these lines up here for a moment. So once we've got wave 5 into play, it's got to be above wave 3 here, maybe at the 40-50 here. Then we can look for the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave coming back here. So basically up for 1, back for 2 here, and then up for going up from there. Now the normal thing to do here with the levels is you could see that the 140 has been retested and held quite nicely, and then making a new high above here. Not only that, we're also getting support now on top of group 1 here, so that would be a long trade from here as well. All right, thank you.